So you gotta get somebody willing to do all the driving.
In town,
Yeah.
most of them.
The volunteers are usually in town and that's a little easier, but you got Hawkins and Bruce.
I know,
That 17,000 number, that's not the number of participants, that's the total number of meals.
That was the meals delivered for July.
17,000.
1,000, I'm sorry,
17.
1,700.
And that's not including like,
but that's delivering to the same people every,
You'd have to divide that by 5 to get to
Well,
the actual.
unless they choose not to.
yeah, not everybody gets them 5 days. a week.
Right.
It depends.
they get them on Tuesday because it's chicken day.
Oh,
Heard good things about chicken day. I have.
But you know, it's from.
that's roughly
Driving days.
100 participants.
Okay, moving on quickly.
You got 2
Equipment
minutes.
Trust fund, 418. What time did you say they're coming at 4?
At 4, yeah, if we wanna just maybe, well, a lot of these are no levy.
There's some that don't have.
Yeah, this is no levy again, so that's fine. Okay, 422,
Levy.
just looking at them, see what they are. Elder abuse grant. Okay, it's not much in there.
No levy in there.
Family caregivers,
Shouldn't be in there.
no levy. Looks like, okay. 424, disease prevention,
No,
in there at all, nothing.
Yeah, it's another grant.
yeah, yeah.
No thing on that.
Public health.
Public health. On that. Looking at what's in there. Was it funded? Well, parts of it are grant funded. $445. Children at.
Yeah.
Yeah, the levy. Cause you get money from, yeah, state aid that pays for most of it. Or a good portion of it. 46, reproductive health. No levy impact. That's all state. Okay, well, okay, I got 461 next. These things are 450. Is that the next one?
Yes,
It's fine to scramble.
450 zeroed.
Prenatal care, all that budget. Well, maybe you can cut a little bit from there. 451.
Get better luck at 452.
Wait,
The 451, is that where a bunch of those opioid settlements?
Yes,
that's the
We
money.
just haven't
Getting
figured out a program to do yet. That's not our biggest drug of choices. We're not getting a lot of opioids in Russ County.
Well, I think they expanded to some methamphetamine stuff, but I think they really want you focusing on prevention. This is where Jeremy was talking about like school resource officers and life skills being taught in the elementary schools. So I
Yeah,
think at some point Phil and I will have to get together to talk.
the funds are there, but nothing for budget really. 452, immunization. Well,
There's no levy there.
yeah, there is.
We do use some levy, however, it is a mandated service that we have to require, or we're required to provide through public health.
Isn't very big. 450,
You do them, you. That's,
So people who don't have insurance.
they go up there and get shot.
Yeah. Mhm.
They'll shoot you, Phil.
well, like, is there any kind of vaccine that you need or?
No, I think
Limited.
it is limited.
Hopefully they cover MMR,
I did make it.
and like children's vaccines.
So what is Tdap, tetanus, flu shot, Hep B, and then they do TB tests up there too. So it is limited.
That's super limited.
And it's free.
Well,
Is there a charge for some of it?
the adults pay.
Yeah.
The children is free because we get them vaccine from the state, no charge for the kids.
453, birth to 3. And that's, contracted services. Okay.
But
No levy.
Oh, there is levy in there.
it flows out of adult services. And I don't know why the budget was set up that way.
There's no levy shown on that, but it's
Yeah.
because of the transfer in.
The levy impact hits on a different.
Right.
It's on the adult service budget.
And birth to 3 is a mandated service that we have to provide as well.
For all mothers.
Yeah.
Birth to 3 is kiddo that is in that target group that may have like a long-term disability or needs some just like more follow through with speech therapy, OT. They have to qualify. I think we have 16 kiddos in the program, but also we contract with CISA to provide some of those services, and that cost continues to go up as well.
The only thing here, line item row 26, account number ending in 319. Office supplies goes up from 150 to 750.
And 500 of that is paid by a grant.
Okay.
Okay, we got reimbursed basically what it cost to buy this educational material. So it looks like it went up.
It
but
looks big, but you got a chunk of.
If you go down in the bottom in the revenue, there should be a $500, I believe,
It still went up by $100.
yeah.
The $500 is in the
There it is.
25.
Yeah.
25, but the 26 was increased to
Oh.
750.
I probably screwed that up. That probably needs to be over.
So 25 needs to be 750 and then
Yeah,
26 needs to be back to the one.
yes, I'm sorry.
Look at you.
Operator error.
Budget wins right there. Another nickel.
All right. It's that.
So sorry, guys.
458,
Win.
child health.
Oh, MCH.
Levy
Nothing crazy.
go up on here. That hits levy. Salary. Much income, it's basically all levy.
You have a big increase in wages and benefits in this budget versus what we.
MCH?
Yeah.
Amanda has been working in that. Kaylee has had her technically, it could go either in public health or here. And she's doing stuff for here. We get such a small grant and we do have to match it by 75%. But I've never seen this budget look like this before in my life. She's been working in that a lot this summer. And so Kaylee has been having her put all her time and everything in there. That's why that budget has exploded. Normally that would be all back in public. A lot of it would be back. Well, that's what I said to Kaylee, and she felt that it should be here because it truly reflects that budget. So it's up to you guys where you want.
Levy either way. I think levy either way.
Yeah, and this is just like time apportionment though, right? This is.
So since she has more hours going here, that should reduce her hours. What's hitting public health?
Yeah. And when,
Mhm.
yeah, allocate.
And I know this specifically, I know she's spending a lot of time in it, so there was a group, I don't remember what they renamed it. However, it was created after Russ County there was 3 or 4 infant deaths that happened. So this group was created after that to provide education to parents about like co-sleeping and just in general. So I think that they meet every month. There's a lot of community partners at the table, but I think Amanda is kind of spearheading those meetings and the outreach and things that that group is doing. And so this would be, we just created it within the last year, so.
Okay, 451.
459.
That one, I think. That's the one that,
Which one are we in? Sorry.
I
Hey,
thought we were-
Terry, do you want me to take over?
59.
Okay.
yeah, mine is 462.
450, we gotta go 459.
Okay, that's at the beginning. Okay,
Wow.
459,
Preparedness.
preparedness.
And let's see,
That too has been,
The target is 0, but is $10,000, $12,000. What is other supplies? Because like we don't get to really mess with the benefit side, right? I was literally looking at row 34 ends in 349. Prepared other supplies.
they buy the preparedness, they'll purchase. You never know, without looking at the exact account, but they'll get medical supplies or they'll get supplies of masks,
So I think they try to prepare for any kind of like public emergency.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've purchased like kits for people to keep in their trunk in case there's bad weather and they become stranded. I know they've done like what is it, tick? The tick kits, is that something they were doing? So I think just anything that they can provide for like access in the community too. And I know that some of this also the Greenwood Manor fire, because Kaylee was kind of spearheading some of those things as well after the fire. And I know we did buy some supplies and stuff for the shelter.
Right. So that would be under the other supplies.
yeah.
Just thinking, if we're trying to close a gap at $10,000, 1,500, I mean, the gap is, it literally looks like the county just gets some wages. What is off supplies for $25? That would be probably my lowest hitter of the day. The supplies of $25.
Pens,
Yep.
I mean, whatever, white out,
What really need?
whatever, yeah, that little Italy crud, paper clips,
Okay, well, we'll have to end now, but thank you. I think this was good. I mean, we get to see some more of the programs that you do have. We probably want to scoot to the other ones later, but
There's a whole bunch of these after this that I suggest people go through this on their free time some more. Otherwise, we will be here until December 31st at midnight.
yeah, we can't, you know, haven't done before that.
I think we have to have it done by October.
Budget hearing is in November.
So there is-
okay, thank you.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Thank you.
yeah, because you're going to be 27.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
If you have questions, you can email me. I'll do my best to answer them. You're okay.
Hello, Shar. Hello. So Shar's here to do recycling and fair, and they're in two different budgets. Recycling is in maintenance. The fair is in UW extension.
Which one do you want to do first?
Which one do you want to start with?
Oh, let's do recycling. The other one's easy peasy.
And recycling is
354.
Cycling's under which one?
that's in the maintenance budget on page 354.
Maintenance. Okay.
Coordinator salary. Material process.
Yeah, there's three things that are the biggest out of this budget. That would be my time, material processing, the 251 line, that is waste management. We have several different sites throughout the county, and several years ago, they jumped 68%. So our grant fees or grant funds no longer fully support this program, but since 1995 they have. But with a 68% increase, there was no way we were going to maintain that. But you know, when I started in recycling, I started at 48%. Now I think I'm down to 10 or 15, somewhere in there. So we've whittled this away as much as possible when National Sword hit several years ago. So should I am a tad over, like 3,000 some dollars over. So if I need to actually get it to that levy target, what I'm looking at is either closing a site, cutting some hours of the sites, or simply taking out site reimbursement. Doing that, taking away site reimbursement would probably mean losing some sites in our responsible unit. The Rusk County responsible unit is made up of 82% of the municipalities in Rusk County. So it is based on population. So, you know, losing the town of Wilson would probably not affect our grant much, but losing the city of Ladysmith or the village of Bruce would greatly impact it. So, anyway, I do have some fund balance. So if I have to, I could take some out of there, but I barely spend most 99% of the things in here are grant funded, except for clean sweep. So I'm extremely frugal. So if I have to take some out of there to decrease that, or if you want me to explore some options of the sites, but over the last several years, I have whittled this down to, there's not much to cut other than those things. And depending on which one I do, could affect future grant years. Unfortunately, our grant never goes up. It is exactly what it was in 1995. I've requested the max. I've done consolidation grants, whatever money's out there. But we are one of the few almost fully grant funded recycling programs out there. Most people, large municipalities, have their own MRF. They collect their own stuff. They sell it, all of that. Well, we just will never be that here in little old Rusk County. We have dumpsters. That's what we have. And we pay for somebody to pick it up and to do something with it. So
The level of sophistication that we can sustain.
it's worked since 1995. I am exploring options with the city of Ladysmith. Just met with Waste Management in the city of Ladysmith a couple weeks ago on, right now they have 12, 16-yard dumpsters. We were tossing around getting a compactor. Well, because the city now is budgeting for a new garbage truck. So we're talking about, rather than having that, is just they'll do their garbage load, they'll do a recycling load after that with the same truck, and they will just bring it to Waste Management. That may save us a bit. But contamination fees have been hurting greatly. One of the things I thought of doing is taking those contamination fees out of future site reimbursements, but not altogether too sure how that would work. I've even asked municipalities to forfeit their site reimbursement, and right now the town of Grant does. I've eliminated curbside reimbursement. I have whittled a lot. So
You have certain sites that tend to be a lot more worse for contamination.
yes and no. All the site attendants, they're not my employees. I do site attendant training every other year. I can visit sites. But yeah, some are just a challenge. The biggest one was Town of Stubbs. Well, In researching that, I found out that they had one of the recycling dumpsters literally at the landfill and it wasn't monitored, so I took care of that. But now they're even charging for overages. I just got slapped with over $100 fee for one site that lids were up. So that was, over $100 right there. So waste
Since wait-
management's in the business to make money. Unfortunately, that hurts us.
Waste management. Yes.
No, if they paid us, then I would have to send that portion back. Yeah, so
For the privilege of doing business in our county.
because we made money and we, if I didn't use grant funds, we could keep it, but I drain every penny of those grant funds. And we are in a 5-year contract. It expires in 2 years with waste management, so.
What requires us? Recycle.
Law,
State law.
We're required by state law as a county to recycle.
yes, no matter if you're home, work, play, it is law.
What extent as a county do we have to? What I'm saying is, as the burden from the county, what extent do we have to participate? It's like,
I could get that answer for you. I know DNR is not going to want us to stop being the responsible unit, because then that's more work on them. But is it mandatory that we keep a recycling program? I'm not
I
sure.
can kick in a few dollars.
I'm not sure.
the point where I'm getting at is they always stick the rest of the bill on the county. It's not
We're
that
gonna
I
have
want
like
to stop
10
doing it, but
resolutions coming out of this.
it's always our problem to come up with the difference. So maybe if they had to take care of the whole problem from the get-go, maybe they'd appreciate what the county does at their level.
Yeah, but right now I'm only over like 3,000 some, so.
Well, if you take though for what your revenue is and expenditures, wasn't it like 17? I mean, on levy is 17.
Looking at, comparing that to her levy target.
Yeah.
Right.
But if we could say this whole 17,
Well, you'd eliminate clean sweep. And I would not recommend doing that because, the cost of one spill would cost more than that. So it might not cost the county, but every municipality, you eliminate clean sweep and that will not go well. The county got out of it many, many years ago, had to pay buku bucks to get back into it. That's a 1-year household hazardous waste. There is no place to put hazardous waste outside of that. You will have it dumped and then that expense would be a lot more than what we pay for clean sweep right now.
municipalities are the ones that'll pay if there's a spill. They're also the beneficiaries of all these cycling programs and clean sweep, really, when we're just putting it on, so. Maybe Flambeau kicks in and some of the other townships.
Well, I
Rather than having a big spill.
Well, to your point, I guess if this saves the towns and municipalities a lot of headache, recycling site attendants, aren't these the people that we're reimbursing people that are already there as site attendants on
Correct.
probably normal pickup day?
We're reimbursing them $7.25 at 50%. Because if you collect both garbage and recycling, I don't fully reimburse the $7.25. That is for the hours that their site is open. So it's not a lot that these sites are getting. I'm sure all of them pay their site attendants much more than what their reimbursement is. Terry could attest to that.
It seems to me that
Quite a bit.
waste management's the problem.
And in 2 years, I can try again, but I think, Ron, you've been in some of those, when we have the RFPs. We don't get a lot of people who want to do business here simply because if they just came to do Ladysmith, that would be one thing, but you have to go up almost to Birchwood. You have to go down to Big Bend. You have to go down to we are spread out and it's all or none. For the entire contract because it's not, so like Republic, they wanted to come in and just do the easy stuff. It's like, nope, it's all or nothing. So, because nobody's going to want to, go go to the outskirts of, they want where they're gonna make money too.
On a cherry pick.
Want to share?
Yep, and we said no, but they've tried that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still have 2 more years on a 5-year contract.
Is clean sleep on here as a line item?
Yes, that is line 296 or 297, hazardous waste cleanup. So the bulk of your levy is clean sweep.
You clean sweep or pay site attendance? When would Shark catch more heck for? He's not looking at it, so I think
I mean, I'm a fan of clean sweep because
I'm sure it does good.
it doesn't, yeah, because there's a bunch of crap in Russ County.
I'm thinking on the highway side that a lot of that's gonna end up in the ditch.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Recycling is one of those programs where you have to pay. You don't pay for it, you end up with people just literally
You
dumping.
end up really paying for.
You end up with the highway department going, why is there a big screen TV in the lake over by Bruce or something?
I mean, we already have some of that. You know.
Yeah. And there's a farmer culture where we just bury our, our shit.
Yep, or acres and acres of tires, yeah.
My wood's full of junk to previous owners, just scattered throughout the whole woods.
Yep. I've got some of that.
Bar with a tree growing through it.
So Jim, are you thinking of eliminating the entire levy target or just the overage?
just trying to make a dent in it.
Okay, well then,
No, I think clean sweep's a good thing, and I trust your judgment that it's something we need. I guess where I'm hung up on, to be honest with you, is why are we reimbursing for site attendants that are already going to be there by the townships or municipalities to run their sites already? We're paying to take care of it, take it away with their program and doing the clean sweep. It'd be nice if that'd be one way that maybe on a small scale, they could kick back to the program and help us keep it running longer. It would be a small amount to each municipality or township that they'd have to help out with, I think in the long run. But it would be a big deal to us, yes, at $9,000.
I mean, the kickback going to be from chips.
Well, what would your kickback be?
We could afford, I mean, we still pay our site attendants no matter what. Whether we pay or not, we would still continue to do that. Some of these other ones,
right.
that I'm asking you, I don't
Town of Flambeau is 1,395.
know. And I mean, our site attendants, I mean, we pay over. We're, I mean. We pay a lot more. I mean, what we get back just helps our budget, but she said $1,397. I mean, we would just forego that. I mean, for us,
And I'm with,
some of these other little townships or something that don't get hardly anything. Well, again, their budgets are small.
Right, but my smallest one is Wilson. They're open 4 hours a month, the first Saturday. That's it.
Yeah.
yeah, and in that case, why wouldn't we close it if it's only worth 4 hours a month?
Because you have to have your sites scattered throughout the county. Otherwise, nobody's gonna drive
Yeah,
You
but
know,
nobody.
40 minutes to get to a site.
You gotta plan the whole month to show up on a Saturday morning to use the site. It's already unwieldy.
But that's for garbage too, right? They have garbage too, or is it just
Town of Wilson is only
only recycling?
recycling.
Garbage and recycling.
Yeah.
Let's say-
That's your cheapest one, so
Have that are only recycling.
that's it. All the others have garbage and recycling.
I mean,
They don't offer any other garbage. So we're reimbursing the town of Wilson $7 an hour for 4 hours a day. Or are
Yep.
they kicking in part of it?
Well, they're paying their attendant more. Wilson gets,
I wouldn't think garbage.
It's a cost. The dumpsters are very expensive, aren't they, Terry?
They are expensive.
and the municipalities that don't have a site, they're, you know, contracting with those carts. So, which are very pricey. So $372 is if we cut Wilson. But then, I did not bring my waste management bill, but then we would also save on if we just eliminated that site. So. But that's on the outskirts. I mean, I mean, the closest one is gonna be Stubbs. Stubbs will not, they'll only take recycling, so.
You know, it is a challenge though. I don't like cutting recycling programs in general. But we are facing what is a significant budget shortfall, right? It's based on what I'm hearing, $2.3 million a year. So if we have to make some difficult cuts to not, you know, reimburse site attendance to kind of help our townships out, like we need to do that. And we need to do some of those smaller cuts to get to where we're going. It's going to be painful. I mean, that's just the reality that I see, is there are some things that we have to say, sorry, we can't afford to keep doing. And this is one
The
of
other
them.
problem would be with the Wilson site. Already paid for a dump, you're in a contract for a dumpster service for 2 more years. Correct?
Yeah,
So we're kind of stuck on that one for 2 years, but
I can ask my rep if we, it's a lengthy contract. There might be something in there based on funding, you know, getting out of that site. Or maybe we could do an amendment to the contract.
Our
Or,
first look at it when he looks at the RCTC contract.
But that's not gonna solve. Unless you cut out all site reimbursement.
well, that's why I asked, are you looking at the entire, levy target, you know? I mean, do you want me to cut out the whole $8,955 for site attendance? Or just,
Why I was asking,
or just the 3,376 I'm over the levy target?
reduce everybody's. Whatever.
I'm gonna get flack like over in Hawkins area, because the village in the town, I just cut the village this year. And the town is struggling, ready, because all the village stuff goes there, so that one will be a hard sell.
Hawkins said a rough year.
Yep.
By tornado.
But I have, you know, the Ingram site works phenomenal over there. They share with 5 municipalities. They share the, you know, they just divide it by 5 and everybody chips in. I would probably, you know, give me a number and I will do my best to make it happen, but I would not pick on, I would not touch the Hawkins area. I would probably go more over to the Stubbs area.
Some of them charge for dropping off garbage and things too, right?
They do, but you know, like Thornapple, they get hit hard because Town of Washington does not have a site, Town of Atlanta doesn't, Hubbard, I mean, all these people come there and,
Well,
you know,
they try to sneak into ours too.
yeah,
And really, we don't have like the tags for city garbage and stuff like that. We don't do that because we have it manned when it's open, but we don't charge. I mean, that's part of your taxes. It's part of the township taxes. But some of these other things, like you say, they don't provide anything. And so we have to accept all recycling. It could be from all throughout the county. We have to accept recycling, but we don't garbage, and garbage is only for the town residents. But we have them, we just had 7 bags thrown over the fence, and everything, and he caught one of them. And they live, I don't even think they're in Russ County. if they live north of town. Well, where? Well, oh, I don't know, I'm a renter and I was told to throw it over the fence, and I mean, and our roadman caught him and, said, he made him pick up the garbage and take it back with him. But we have to watch, because we've got all the other townships that don't provide garbage.
Lake Road's a popular
Even
dump.
Ladysmith sneaks in to try and dump stuff because they don't want to spend the money to buy the tag to put on their bags.
So some things that go in recycling, individuals may be paying for that bag too. And the town's getting, some townships may, I'm not saying yours, but some townships may be getting reimbursed by selling them a garbage bag that they put in the recycling bin.
No,
No.
they charge for the garbage that isn't, like
Just the garbage.
Thornapple charges for garbage bags. If you're putting in the non-recycling, but the recycling, you can throw in for free.
It's recycling is free because it's grant funded.
You have to take it from throughout the whole county, so.
Yeah, you can go to any recycling site.
Right.
Yeah, but not for garbage.
Right.
Grant, that's garbage is only for grant municipalities. Flambeau, Big Bend, they don't care where you come from, and fortunately we have sites like that because there's a lot of people who, Hubbard, there's no place they can bring their garbage. And so I'm sure they try to sneak in.
Oh,
but
we've got them all trying. So you have to have a site.
That's probably the
there
biggest
and try
problem.
and- What?
What's that?
Probably the biggest problem.
Other-
People get nasty.
Off the garbage. Yes, they do.
Yep, just finding a site attendant who's willing to work every Saturday is a challenge. So
Yeah,
That's where that $9,000 line item helps, is because if you're giving up a Saturday, you get an extra
well, and
$370.
we're Wednesday too.
right, I only have 2 municipalities that are open 2 days a week. Otherwise, they're.
Flambeau's got.
Right, yeah. Grant and Flambeau are it.
I'm just thinking about density. I remember even back in Fort Worth, like the density of people to services. I know it's completely different out here. It's really off kilter, right? Like we have very few people to pay for same kind of basic services. It makes it challenging.
How many? Do you know roughly how many dumpsters they're servicing here with this $68,000 for pickup? If I'm reading the right line, material
I
processing.
do, it'll take me a second to pull that up.
Oh, we have 4 recycling and 6 garbage.
This is only recycling. So.
Case in
Most
point.
sites have at least 2. The larger ones have 4. In some sites, I've taken away dumpsters, but then you get, well, I'm full and I gotta be open again. So then you have extra pickups. So that hurts as well, because extra pickups can be quite costly. So you want to know how many dumpsters total? Okay, so I have 1 in the town of Wilson, 3 in Big Bend. So if somebody wants to add those up. Or in Flambeau, 3 in Grant, 2 in Hawkins, 2 in Ingram. In Marshall, wow, that's surprising. 2 in Murray, Stubbs has 2, Thornapple. It says 1 on my bill, but I know there's 4 there, so. That site gets hit hard. Yeah, my bill must not be accurate, because I know I have 2 in Willard, it says 1. And then there's 12 in Ladysmith alone, and then 1 in Conrath. Ladysmith, they have a trailer that they pull behind
Mhm.
and then they empty into 6-yard dumpsters. And that's what we're gonna try to eliminate, but then city has to get on board with hauling it themselves to.
So you're gonna rent a compactor and then.
No, compactors out, because we have no way to get it from the truck to the compactor. They'd have to unload it by hand. So right now they have that trailer that just backs up to the dumpster, it lifts up and dumps in. So the compactor, we explored that option, but that is out. So now if they buy a garbage truck, they'll do one route of garbage, they'll do an empty, they'll do another route with that garbage truck. So public education is gonna have to be huge for recycling. And then they will drive that to Waste Management Timberline Trail. They'll empty it on a tipping floor where it gets loaded, taken to Recycle America. But, you know, I get complaints all the time. All they do is throw it away. Well, no, they don't. But if you see your recycling going in a garbage truck, what are you gonna think? So I'm not really a fan.
So, once a month?
Nope, some sites are weekly. I only have one that's once a month. Otherwise, they're every other week.
Twice, I think we're twice,
Every other week.
Or two.
twice a week.
Depends on how,
If it's city, they have to be picked up weekly. So,
depends on how far you are away from a facility that can utilize that type of recycling on whether.
Right.
A lot of your plastics do get thrown away, because if it's too many miles away, it's not worth shipping it. They just landfill it. But it all depends on geographically where you're located and the type of material being recycled.
but I have explored frequency of pickup and I've reduced, but then you're looking at, having more pickups for when they're full. So,
What do they do? And then they ding you pretty good for when they have to come out and do an extra?
$100 if you leave the top open too.
mhm. Oh, it was more than 100. I think it was almost 200. That one was like, what? And that was a new charge. We've never been charged that before. Yeah, but you throw a bag in there and it's $96 a pop. So per dumpster. So contamination fees have hit hard.
That says $153 per dumpster per month.
I mean, I feel like we're getting a fairly decent deal as I keep looking over these numbers.
If you look at the miles they had to drive to get that,
We pay for the garbage pickups.
right. Our program has nothing to do with garbage.
And so we have twice a week, they have to come in because we're open on Wednesdays and Saturdays during the summer. Saturdays all year round.
Like really, I think from a budget perspective, unless we are going to say we literally don't have the money to give the site attendants, or we say we're not going to do the clean sweep, I don't know where we could save money here. I think the chairman was right when he said that earlier. And should this be a place we're trying to continue to save money? Is this budget already down as we think is feasible?
It's already whittled down, but this is one of the few things, I guess, in my mind where yeah, we could still provide the service, but do we have to provide it to the extent that we are? I mean, either way, it's gonna come.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of
It's at the municipal level or it's at ours?
But I have warned property, which is my oversight committee, that the law is currently being rewritten. And that will remove our 100% funding. So grant in the future is going to get cut probably significantly. So I will definitely explore that question of, is it mandatory for the county to do recycling? Yes. Yeah.
Or do we pick spots throughout the county and be more strategic, such as Wilson, and say we can fund this much for Ladysmith, based on population, maybe we have to do it that way.
If they drive anyways, I mean, you just have more pickups, less stuff.
Yeah. So in the meantime,
But if they have to drive, there's gonna be more stuff in the ditches. The highway department will get busier.
Hopefully so does the sheriff's department. who tickets people for illegal dumping?
They do.
Sheriffs.
You have to find them.
Right. People are stupid. I had to pull a deer carcass out of a recycling dumpster and, I was able to track down who it was. So,
I meant to say is people make poor choices sometimes.
oh, yes, that's a much better way of saying that.
Like honesty. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta get to the meaning. It's just a thought. I'm not trying to make your life difficult, but I'm just like,
No, but if you want to give me a magic number, I could do something or, it is what it is.
you're just one of the lucky ones that got to come in on the first day. Sorry about your luck. Blame that on Sky.
It's actually my fault.
It was, yeah, it's her.
Yeah.
She's the
Yeah.
one.
I mean,
I have a dentist appointment next week,
Down
so.
a little bit by day two.
so do we have anything to move? Column I.
Let's let her, my thought is let's let her prove this and see what she'll come. We're in the preliminary stages. If she can come up with some more ideas, let's go into maintenance.
To get to the levy target, just so I'm clear.
I think we'd be happy with that.
Okay, all right. So I'm
I
gonna
can't
be
speak
looking
for
at
everyone.
$3,326, something like that. All
I
right,
can't speak for everyone in here, but I personally would
okay, all right.
let it win.
Okay, well, the other one, the fair budget, that's zero levy, so that could be your easiest one today.
So that's on the UW extension and page 513. It's off of fund balance.
Any questions on this one?
I've only got one, and that is as an outcome of doing the corn boil, which was really fun. Are there funds or anything available to modernize the corn boil?
Oh,
Um,
what's wrong with what we're using?
there's nothing necessarily wrong with it,
Trash cans were nice.
but I shared those pictures, and the first comment I got back was, so you guys are literally tending a dumpster fire. And I went, what do you mean a dumpster fire? Like you're boiling water in a trash can.
Mhm.
And while I like doing that, the feedback I got was maybe that's not the best.
Well, they're brand new trash cans. What, you go to a fish boil?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
You're boiling it in a garbage can.
Why do you think they ask for supervisors to volunteer? See the whole
You know,
madness?
It's all based on sponsorship, what we can get. And if we don't get sponsorship, and this year we did for the corn boil, it's just more money that the fair has to make. I would think your issue would be lifting and dumping it, but,
No, I had fun lifting and dumping.
okay, all right.
I had fun with the whole thing. I didn't realize until,
Other than getting another sparkly, shiny, garbage can, probably not.
So maybe we should submit the picture, ladies, instead of saying quorum at the corn boil, it should be Rusk County dumpster fire.
You guys had a quorum at the corn boil?
we almost did. Few touch and go moments, I guess. No, but I really had fun.
Good.
It was a great time.
People love it.
I loved it. Yeah,
Thank you for helping.
you're very welcome. It's just,
Thank you, Phil.
The agent contracts have gone up.
Brand new trash cans, $100.
well. It'd be nice to.
Is that
We
Terry?
accept donations.
We let
Yes,
But, we get the propane donated, it's, yeah.
Equipment's great. Like I said, like I didn't
compared to like.
even think about it until I was showing off the pictures and they were like,
Yeah,
Says fair contract.
yep. We could do it indoors, but it's just not as fun.
211.
well, it was fun too.
100 trash can.
All right, any more questions for Shar?
Five.
Got a lot of stuff left on this agenda yet. Looking at something, Mr. Wedwick?
No, I'm asking about.
That's five.
Something is a fair booster.
Yeah. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Shar.
Thank you. Sure. Our last budget for today.
All right. Okay, we are going to go back under discussion and possible motion. I guess we still are under that heading. To number 8, resolution amend the 2025 budget to increase expenditures for replacing blower motors at the Forest Industrial Park Building 1.
Okay, so this is in relation again to that index lease. So city administrator had made the facility manager aware that those aren't working. And index is under the impression that they are leasing a building that is in working order. So we need a budget amendment because there is no funding left.
Can we just side transfer it from another building that's actually making money?
Well, essentially that's what you're doing because it's pulling from. It was in a packet. It was after it.
It's in the packet, but there's so many pages in here. Thank you. Thank you so kindly. Actually, I think I have my.
Is this the situation where we're not really excited about the?
Yeah.
Is this
This is the one where we paid half the concrete.
when we paid half the cost? Is also the one where if we're not happy with the lease terms, we don't fix the blower.
Same time, there's a business that's for community, yeah.
But no rent increase for 12 years. Give me.
Yeah, that.
12 years is what we,
Because it's a 3-year, but then they 3 times at the same lease rate. Eventually, they get 12 years at the same rate. This building, I went out there the other day with the fire department.
I mean, I think ultimately in the day, what we need to do to support the business.
Yeah.
But there. What am I being?
We're mad about these terms, doesn't mean it affects the business.
Just,
So mad about the lease terms, I'm mad about the lack of planning that went into setting this all up. And this was kind of started last year, and then it was like, oh, well, we need to do this, and I'm remembering the facts correctly. It wasn't things budgeted and looked in further, it appears.
That was partly because we were unaware at that time what was going on.
We're unaware.
Yeah.
But there were things going on that we weren't made aware of. It wasn't shared with us.
Yes, and then Coggins, as the chair of the committee, essentially said, "No, what's up here?"
So we weren't allowed to budget for it. So my thought is we split it. The last one.
I think if we start splitting it, you know, we want a split of the revenues.
There are no revenues on this building for 2025, so I would.
I mean, if they use that, like it. I'm just afraid of the can of worms.
We split the cost of the pads, right? The concrete pads, and that was like what, 14,000?
Like that.
So that was a much larger repair. So hate to say it, but again, if we are mindset that we are enabling a business to operate in Rose County.
Well, and anything I say, I don't want INDEC to think that I don't appreciate them being in this county. That's not it at all. What I don't appreciate is how this started and we weren't included from the get-go. The joint management standpoint.
On a good note, building they did build, that the city paid for, we get half of that.
Lid in that can?
It's empty now.
I would make a motion. Where it's here, to amend the 2025 budget to increase the expenditures to replace the blower motors at the Forest Industrial Park Building 1. Written.
I'll second.
So you're making a motion to adopt the resolution
Yes.
for the amount of 3376.28.
Yes.
I have a motion from Mr. Vincent, second from Mr. Undershoot. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
I was waiting for you to call for roll call, Jim.
No, I'm not gonna do it. 3,400. Want to get out of here. Should.
And it is a good, at the end of the day. Good for business.
I can sign the one you gave me?
Yes. Yes, and then give it back to me, please.
You want me to sign now? This one says not updated, it doesn't matter. You can share it, you can do it, whatever.
This one's exciting.
All right. Number 9. Resolution to approve the 2024 general fund capital transfer.
We got resolutions here from 2023.
Do you want me to start and you can fill in?
Sure.
Okay, so initially when the jail project design was approved, the thought process behind the board was when we bond for this project, we will reimburse our general fund with bond proceeds. So the board passed a reimbursement resolution. The jail project at that time was anticipated the bonding would happen in 2024. That resolution failed. So the project had been sitting a little bit in limbo. Then the highway project was added into the capital plan. And essentially the same thought process is there. So we spend the money on the design costs. When we go to bond for these projects, we will reimburse our general fund. But what we need to do to make 2024 whole is we need to transfer from the general fund into capital. So so the audit, so we can proceed with the audit and closing out 2024. You'll also notice on there, we have the clinic purchase and the old hospital site. Those were also approved by the board via either motion or resolution. The clinic purchase was, I think, the Lake Avenue clinic. So we used mainly ARPA dollars and then the leftover hit that. And then I think the old hospital site was the purchase of the Marshfield clinic. Or am I getting those backwards, Chris?
I'm not sure. I know the one was the asbestos cleaning. I think that was the old hospital site. And then the Lake Avenue site is the combination of our ARPA dollars and general fund.
Okay, great. Because yeah, at the old hospital site, we not only tore down the site and did the asbestos abatement, but we also purchased that clinic building from Marshfield. So essentially, we need to rectify the capital fund with a general fund transfer, which was the intent from the beginning. We just need to finish that out. And then if we do end up bonding for either or both of those projects, those costs that you see there related to jail and eventually highway, which will hit in 25, will be reimbursed with bond funds to our general fund.
I thought we had a lot of this covered out of the wind down.
The wind down fund just went back into the general fund. In 20,
We didn't budget any of that to come out of the wind down fund right from the
I
get
thought
go.
So the old hospital and the clinic are separate.
okay, well, we own two clinics at this, I'm sorry, we own two buildings that functioned as clinics.
None of these are tied to the old Purveyor clinic.
Nope, the clinic purchase up there, the 2024 clinic purchase is the Lake Avenue Clinic. And then the Marshfield Clinic is tied into the MCHS. In the first, the therefore be it resolved, the
The
MCH.
ARPA funds didn't cover the full cost of it.
Oh, correct. That is,
Okay, that's right, because I remember the motion being specific to using up the ARPA funds.
Yep.
But that's the remainder that the ARPA funds didn't cover. Okay, I got it.
I wasn't here that night, so it's a good thing your memories work.
Yeah.
Missed out.
That was
When you guys bought
That
the
was
clinic.
like the only time I've heard the audience applause that.
Because
Usually.
I wasn't here.
When we approve something,
and then all of this money is already spent. So we're just fixing it kind of on the back side for,
really
I'm
tight.
not voting on jail design costs, we're just voting to
we're
rectify.
just voting to move.
We've
the
already-
money.
We're voting to pay the bills we've already incurred.
Yeah,
And this will still go on,
They're already paid, but yeah, you're
They're
you're
outright.
moving the money where it should be in the
Correct.
budget.
and this will still go on to the full board.
Okay.
Correct.
I'll make the motion to approve the 2024 general fund capital transfers forward to county board.
I'll second such a thing.
We have a motion from Mr. Whitwick and a second from Mr. Vincent
More discussion?
to approve the 2024 general fund capital transfer. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Let's get forwarded to county board. Unless he wants to weigh in on any of these report forms, do we need him for any of that? That's gonna be group.
Do you have anything on the countywide budget report? Or do you think you're probably set for the day?
Who, me? No, I'm good. I'm ready to go. Thanks, everybody.
Of course, we want to get rid
All
of it.
right,
Thank
have a good
you.
evening. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
You, sir.
Okay, next up is review the countywide budget report form.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So again, I didn't receive any from, courthouse or from LCDD. I just wanted to point out, like, you've had this every month, but I don't know if you have noticed the missing ones from month to month. So I did just want to bring that, to your attention.
It's a good highlight.
Okay, so, yeah. And then as far as, like major concerns at this point, still none of the departments are reporting major concerns. We're now into August, but I would like to remind you that these budget report forms, yep, they're filled out in August, turned in August, but they're based off of expenditures that have booked through the 25th of the previous month. That's when finance pulls all of the numbers and shoots those forms out to the departments. So all of these numbers are based off of what had booked through July 25th of 2020.
Honestly, I didn't go through these super well.
Okay, yep, and I know because of the timing and stuff, I try to get it to you guys as soon as I can. There's some in there that weren't approved when I sent it out yesterday, like animal shelter, but I believe those went through this morning. And then joint management doesn't meet until next week, so I did them, but they're not approved yet.
Well, if there wasn't a lot of other stuff to go through. It's not just the timing that they got sent out yesterday, it's just there's been a lot to go through.
Yeah, I think we were pushing 600 pages in the last 48 hours. If you count the supervisor handbook,
Sounds awful.
that was 200. You didn't get all your emails, Mr. Vincent?
Oh, no.
We put it,
Speaking
I'm
of,
usually required to check my email.
speaking of this, before we get too far into these. I'm wondering going forward, and I'm open to ideas here. Would you guys rather receive these from Ashley as they get passed by a committee? Or do we put them on a share drive or something, so we're not getting hammered with all of them 48 hours before the meeting?
well, maybe we could put them on SharePoint.
Okay.
And if you upload them on SharePoint, they can go in and look when they want to. And you can just keep putting them in.
You
So
could
that
just,
should be SharePoint or can it be the Z drive?
Z Drive's fine with me too.
Okay.
I mean, just pop us an email and let us know that he puts them up. If that works for you, then you're not stuck putting them all up at one shot either.
That'd be great, because this takes me a heck of a long time to put all these together.
Make sure you.
Maybe you can just keep adding them to one place in SharePoint? does that
Do I
make,
have access to SharePoint?
or Z Drive, sorry,
Okay.
I misspeak.
Well, I think I can give you, let Walter give
Find
me,
it like a budget folder or something?
yeah, make yourself a then you can get in there, and make your folder, whatever you want, and then
What's the matter with Z Drive though? We're all kind of,
SharePoint's a lot easier, to be honest with you, for her and you guys. The Z drive's easy too, but it's up to you guys. You do what you want.
Because if we make it the Z drive, I can just ask the departments to upload them themselves once they've been approved.
It's very true.
Instead of having a middleman involved in everything. Cause they already
We can
have to,
try it.
they already have to email them to me, so we could just see how it goes with them.
another thing I'd like to look at in the future, don't want to necessarily cheat it right now, is like you take HHS, Sheriff's Department, whatever else who has multiple. It'd be nice if we could get some of the, more of these on one sheet, than have one full sheet for each line item on the budget. Could we do more of a spreadsheet type on some of these? Could we redesign possibly something?
Like a summary page.
Yeah.
For the budgets that have a lot
Like
of,
almost like when we're doing the budget. Have a page that way with the count over here, what was appropriated, where they're at, what they think they're gonna be over, maybe a checkbox behind, is there a problem, not a problem? And then they could sign, it's just a thought, I don't know if it's gonna work. And then they could sign one sheet and send to us instead of possibly, like, I spent 2 hours on this morning and I only got halfway through.
But
Because it's individual, I think if I had a bunch on one sheet, you could cut a lot of time down.
Yeah, I mean, if Ashley's looking at it, maybe, or she could tell you where she's seeing a problem as well.
yeah, and that's what I try to do.
ones with the checkbox, I just scroll over them like, well, there's not a problem. They said there's not a problem. I don't need to spend a lot of time on it.
Right.
But then there was, I can't remember where it was now, there was one or two that I found that weren't checked saying that there was no problem, and I couldn't see the problem. There was one earlier today I went through. And then there was other ones that are showing that they're over, but then they don't adjust their future expenditures, so then I'm kind of confused. I'm like, how do you really know you're over? Warning us, you're gonna be over?
Right, and some of that's where they should be explaining it. Like, I think actually Connie just had an example of that today, or was it Missy? Where they're gonna be over on one line, but overall their budget is still fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be fine, but
yeah, but the one line is a little over. Mhm.
And I think the other one I'm thinking of was it, registered deeds? Was there something here?
Oh, yeah, she had handwritten on hers, didn't she?
Was that the one, or
Yeah.
I was thinking of it because it was handwritten, but
You put them in Z Drive, can you make sure though that it goes like in an order that somebody doesn't grab it and put it in the middle of all the other budget forms? Cause that way, if you're going through it one night and then the next day more get added, they could be all over the place and you can't remember where you started and where you ended. Otherwise you'd end up by keeping a spreadsheet of
Oh,
which report forms
on-
I specifically
Well,
looked
on
at.
mine, I group them by department. So it'll say HHS, Treasurer, clerk, COC for clerk of court, DA. So I group them like that.
Yeah, so if things get added, then they're not grouped.
So,
Well, they should be all of the DA budgets get approved at once. So that whole file will get uploaded to the Z Drive at once.
I'll try it, and then if it's harder to track than I think, then I'll say something at that point.
Okay.
It's gonna be a trial and error. I mean,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I'm just worried that I start going through and then,
miss
know,
something,
yeah, I missed something because I didn't realize this one was uploaded now and
yeah, that could happen.
it's, I only went through these ones and
Unless you put them in there, is this possible? You put them in underneath monthly.
It's in a folder.
Form and then put each department as a subfile underneath that.
Yeah, that's exactly how I do it. Mhm.
Now go back to that written one. So that one confuses me. That it's a huge deal, but for 9,000 over, and we gain 1,300 extra revenue, we're still have a $7,700 difference, and I'm not seeing when there's any difference in numbers being adjusted above. And it's saying that there's no concern. That's one right there. That was kind of baffling a little bit. Not to pick on her. Maybe I'm missing something.
So I actually think her revenues are higher than expected.
Well, that's what I'm gathering. Well, at least Vital Records are.
Let's say, wow.
Maybe we just don't understand it, maybe not seeing the whole picture. I don't know.
2 conferences left in 1 district meeting. That's a lot of conferences.
So I think she still left the check of no concerns checked because her revenues are higher to cover that expenditure overage. But I see what you mean if
But she also states she'll be over budget. Then checks the box, no concerns. So which committee approved this and signed off on it?
this would have been the zoning committee, I believe.
So did we sign off on this one or don't you have that one with you?
Yep, so the minutes, this is not my laptop, so I'll do the best I can, but she sent the minutes along with this. So.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I can't remember if it was zoning or land conservation. I just can't remember. Yeah, so this is 9,000 more in revenue.
That could be.
Wait. Is it?
No,
So
so
it's saying here, Vital Records are down. More documents over today last year, creating 9,000 more revenue. Vital Records are down from last year. That's not what her.
there could have been a fee increase with Vital Records. So even though the number of records is down, the fee might have increased.
I think she did.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think so.
Yeah.
There was something with her department where she was going to have to increase the fees because.
Because the
their
fiddler
cost-
costs went up. And that's for 2026. I think the fee increase hit though on August 1st.
That's a little confusing though when you read it for the first time.
Right, and ultimately, this is where some departments struggle is that they are right. They think if they get more revenue, that they're okay if they overspend, which in a technicality is correct because their budget will come out not needing an amendment. But our financial procedures manual does say hey, if you take in $50,000 more revenue than you budgeted for, that's not a license to spend that. You need to come to this committee to spend that, because we told you you could spend,
Well,
This is what you budgeted for.
you said you'd spend 10,
oh,
you should only spend 10.
So, okay, so recording fees here are not an expense, they're
They're
revenue.
revenue.
That, see, I was looking at it as an expense.
Mhm.
In the bathroom,
And I think that's probably why she started it with a question mark, because
like from washing.
this is supposed to be concerns on expenditures, and more revenue than anticipated isn't really,
Right,
so I bet that's why she.
so. I'll be that horse, but should we be asking them to adjust then their projected revenue?
Yeah,
Or is it
each,
too early?
well, probably, unless there's some reason, she might have given a more detailed explanation to her committee. Maybe there's some revenue she's missing out on. So it's gonna end up evening out.
All right. That one threw me off.
What we could also start doing is asking the committees to flag the ones they think finance should look at, rather than you guys guessing.
I like that.
That is an excellent idea.
Because
It's almost as cool as your spreadsheet. Where you actually have the red X's that tell us when something's missing.
what's missing, yeah, what's not in your packet. And I try to put a reason, if I was given a reason why I don't have them, I try to put that on the side there. Yeah, but I think that would be great, because, I mean, you guys all sit on oversight committees, your departments bring these to you every month, and maybe just flag which budgets you'd like to make finance aware of.
Yeah, and we're still pretty new at this, right? This
Yep,
new
this is
year.
brand new.
So I think that some adjustment over time is gonna happen.
Yeah, what, 6 months ago, we weren't doing this?
Correct.
So
In May, actually,
is there one here for for HHS that shows the Winnebago budget concern? I know, unless these are like, just like, if they think that this is like regular monthly expenses, but like, you know, I'm thinking,
Way down, because I didn't get to it this morning.
it's 400s.
see what that looks like. That's what, you know.
Yeah.
Folks.
Adult services. So yes, she does have that on here.
All right, now what are the numbers saying that?
Okay,
Winnebago, high cost placements. So we actually budgeted for the $500,000 then, because of the budgeted expenditures higher than projected here. We would have to assume that we had already budgeted that $500,000.
What we were looking at earlier isn't reflecting what we're looking at here, or else something else is in with that and must be less probably on that page.
so I believe one of the placements happened after this form was completed.
Oh,
And that's, I believe, the one Laura was talking about, where they have been there for an extended amount of time from kind of late July till now. So that is a huge cost that's probably not reflected yet.
You know what I mean, though? Like that gets lost in this process.
right.
And I don't know how I mean,
This was a trial.
yeah, this is.
So, well, that's why I'm bringing it up. I'm not saying by any means that this is what we have to continue to do if somebody comes up with a better idea.
This works out pretty good on like a month-to-month basis, like have your regular monthly expenses gone over or something like that. But I don't know that our budget process kind of, is masked through our budget process because we budgeted for that $500,000.
When I first got on the board, if I remember correctly, we got a monthly budget for the oversight you were on of those departments. you had a monthly. And it showed you where they were at, similar to this, but it was in a spreadsheet form. And it showed you where each one, it didn't break down every little tiny thing, but it gave you more of a summarized of where they were at, where they were sitting, where they thought they were gonna be.
It'd be cool to see an example of that.
We still have that.
That's still
We still
there.
have that, but the problem is that either departments weren't bringing that with them or they weren't filling out the projected columns. So all you were seeing was the actuals and they weren't filling out arguably the most important column. And then there really was no conversation happening between departments and oversight committees. They were essentially like, here's what finance gave us, any questions? And like, that was literally, right, that was like literally it.
Well, seeing, I'm not, whatever. I'm not so sure this doesn't happen now.
Right.
So when we say we only want to look at the ones that they flag,
I mean, I feel like the oversight committee should be looking at everything.
well, they should be, but
Maybe
we
some,
had some problems last year where we got sideswiped on a few things. I don't remember exactly what they were, and that, I kind of went off and I'm like, we need something here, and committees need to be more accountable for what they're overseeing.
I mean, I will say, I think at least for some of the other committees I'm on, these are useful. These are useful for driving the conversation.
And like you said, there's just a lack of consistency.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
And then
Yeah,
you do project
It's a new process.
Yep.
that's what I remember.
by every account.
Yep.
I mean, we do that well.
That's where I used to get them from. That's where I first started seeing them, was there. And then we did them in Land and Water also.
So that right there is what makes this form.
Right.
That's where those numbers are coming from.
It's just summary and
Yes.
these are the detail.
Yep.
Yeah, we do this all the time.
So maybe that one needs to be going back out to monthly, unless it's gonna make too different for finance, but monthly to the oversights. See, now on highway, we get a report at highway. We go through. It's a lot of numbers. It's almost bad
Animal
as here.
control goes line by line. You go line by line in animal
But
control.
highway's another one. It's got just a ton of accounts.
Would be.
So these
Yeah.
these are on the Z drive still. If you still want to look at these are on the Z drive.
Okay.
So then when I prepare my form for personnel, I go in here and I fill out this yellow column here, which then shoots out a total for me right there.
So our goal, with what we were doing was trying to summarize.
Yeah, because it seemed like you said, some departments can go line by line, like mine would be easy for personnel to go line by line. But HHS, what you just went through, whew,
We're not gonna be going line by line.
yeah, uh-huh.
You need the summary page. The
Yes.
summary page you could do.
We don't go out and do it in the Z drive because we consider you can't touch that.
No, yeah, you should not.
We download it and, you
Hmm.
know,
Yeah, but if anyone's curious, they're under 2025 monthly updated budget
Yep.
worksheets on the Z drive, so.
I think this summary form though is good in that it's forcing people to look at their budgets and actually do something. I mean, they may not be accurate, they may be fudging, but
But that has been coming to light faster
yes,
with these forms.
yes.
Well, and at least at this point, the department head is now signing off and saying, there's not a problem. Rather than saying, well, nobody asked if there was a problem. At least you got the form that says, I mean, at least it's in writing now that they can't claim that nobody asked. The budget report form asks.
Yeah, as unwieldy as it might be, it's going well.
Go to the end of the year and all of a sudden a bunch of budget issues pop up on one of the committees I'm on, and they've never brought it to light before. I'm gonna have questions.
Well, I think it'll help you be prepared for next May when we do all those amendments and transfer things. None of what's on there should be a surprise.
Right.
In regards to item 13, which we're talking about, do we have action here? Do we feel like we've approved them this month? Have we reviewed them?
Acknowledged receipt or whatever you said last, whatever you said last month, yeah.
Because we
Is there
did,
anything on there that was flagged? Maybe we could try that this time? Do you recall? Through them all.
No, like I said, most of the concerns for August were the same as July, like, we still had concerns in the, HR budget because of those grievances. I think sheriff had some concerns with jail maintenance and overtime costs. I think animal shelter had the same concerns with some general operating expenses due to maybe some.
Postage at the tourism center stayed on there.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So there wasn't anything new or egregious. Like I said, though, at the top of the report, we did not receive any of the courthouse budgets or the LCDD budgets.
Their monthly reform, the monthly form, you mean? And they had their meeting this month?
I don't believe LCDD did.
Sometimes they go every other month,
Yeah.
or they used to, anyway.
courthouse isn't JLE, right? Courthouse is separate.
House is maintenance. Land and water did not meet.
And you didn't have animal control in there because we just met this morning.
I did sneak it in. I pulled it out of your
We-
packet, but I put that note in there that it hadn't been approved yet.
Did we have a new budget concern coming out of the meeting this morning?
It's not a new budget concern.
It's the same budget concern.
Filed a new budget thing and
So here's one from medical,
Wednesday.
sorry,
No, go ahead.
here's one from medical examiner. I mean, it looks like everything's fine, there's no notes, 105, but it's not checked saying there's no concerns.
Didn't she say she had some issue with the fillability or something? Terry, at emergency services,
Seeing it on here on this form,
Even
this one. Yeah, she's underspent by like, she still has like 70% of her levy left or something like that.
yeah,
A couple of years ago, like really reduced her budget too on top of that, like when it came to budgeting cycle.
Oh, the finance committee had done that in for 23's budget, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just before she got on or something.
Yep, because we switched from like a salaried to a per diem setup.
That's right.
yeah, she's at 18,000 out of 79 right now. For expenditures.
There are gonna be some things coming though, but she can incorporate them.
It's another situation where the demand for the services is pretty sporadic.
Correct. Yeah, like, I believe she has had 6 deaths in the last month. Like, one weekend, I think she had 4.
yeah.
So, yeah, it ebbs and flows.
They're not scheduled.
Unplanned, unscheduled.
Is it a time for that, sir?
Yes, I'm referring to non-hospice,
Unprofessional, scheduled. That's all right.
Good thing is if you're late, it's not like they're going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's true. And if it's winter time, then they can sleep there.
Get let the coyotes.
Thank you. She was looking for those already. Yeah,
On it.
she is. When she is.
Okay. All right, you guys got any more on this? Got a no? I think we should look for some type of motion like we did last month, at least that we received them and went through. That's what I'm looking for.
Acknowledgement of you.
Okay. Got everybody's tongue, or we want to stay here till 9?
I make a motion to acknowledge the review of the countywide budget report.
A motion, Mr. Undershoot. Is there a second? I will second. All in favor of acknowledging review of the countywide budget report form, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Next up is approve invoices. Let's look. Get through them.
How long was our recess? Like from 12:30 to 1?
12:20 to 1.
12:22 to 1.
12:22.
The exact. Actually, did we do this Heartland business thing?
That's the OS 365. That's which, yeah,
EOV, isn't it? No, I signed the other one. It's this one. Brett gave that to me.
I think he needs, you're the author, well, you were the authorized.
Yeah, but did this get approved? Oh, yeah, it did at property.
Is that the?
Didn't that get approved at property? Is this a .gov, isn't it? So did it get approved at property,
Yes,
right? So
yeah.
I can sign it?
Working at to Wisconsin. And asphalt again, rather than making it.
Are you asking me?
We bought mix for our plant.
Oh, it's mixed. Or not.
This here is saying culvert replacement and routine maintenance behind it. So I think it's for one of these culvert emergency deals we had to do. So it would have to be, but it doesn't say what county road. Highway STH, Highway South. We did one on P and one on this summer, one on P and one on G. The bridges had to come out and be replaced. And we did not make any blacktop because when we were doing the project over on W on the other side of Warehouser, there was chip funding involved, and when you have, yes, chip, am I saying that right, Ashley? Chip.
Yep.
There's chip funding involved, you cannot pay yourself to do the work for the materials. So either you need to put a lift on the road and then run your blacktop plant, more or less, or you mill it down and buy your blacktop from someone like that. And it was, we were dollars ahead to do it that way because it was right over on the county line. And I believe that was Matthew had their plant set up over on the county line. So it saved us money to run it with our own trucks from the county line for that project than it was to have to hire extra trucks and run it out of our plant. Plus at that time, we would have to do it. We had 2 or 3 people that were down and we weren't sure if we were going to have the staff to run the plant, and we wouldn't have been able to keep all our trucks busy. So it was a savings. I don't remember what, but we are going to run the plant this fall for some patching jobs. we're gonna run 1,500 ton through it so we can kind of see where our cost is at. It doesn't just sit there for a whole year and not have anything done with it.
Baker Tilly 11.5, that was just for July. For Baker Tilly, the 11,496. That's just, it says July interim CFO services, 42 hours. That's just the July bill.
Yes, I'm just thinking so. Yes,
Cycle here, we'll have a heftier bill.
And actually, look at this a little further now. It says South 73 County Highway P, County G. So we must have had to do something. Not sure why we would have paid for anything on 73 unless we got reimbursed from the state for it. One of those American asphalt ones. That's the biggest tonnage, the $21,000. You forgot to return your books to the City of Ladysmith Library. $1,000 late fee. August 2025 library charges $29,796.
Not even a church if you're late, that's all.
Says here, book that fell under fruit checked out 2002. You know anything about the delinquent utilities? To the City of Ladysmith? June 30th of 2025.
on tax deeds.
Huh?
On tax deeds. Maybe.
I don't know. For 808 and change, and then the interest is 55 and change.
Yeah, this invoice was entered by the treasurer's office, so my guess is that these are on the properties.
Filch and Burnett, website maintenance and hosting, we're still doing the website stuff.
No, all I do is host it. Walt's looking into bringing that onto.
Sure, payments only get uploaded like quarterly or something.
When there's like a jury trial.
Well, because there's a bunch for invoice date from June. And there's a bunch from August. Like if
It might just come down to staff availability to get those.
I want to get time tantrum or something.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Motion, Mr. Undershoots to approve the invoices.
Second,
Second for Mr. Wedwick. All in favor of approving the invoice, signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. We will pay the bills. Where'd you do this? All right, next up, out of county travel. We have any? None? All right, we have none. I just gotta make sure I didn't skip some. General fund capital transfer. I think we got everything except we just didn't get through all of our budgets. So next meeting date. I think we have that already for next.
7th, isn't it?
seven.
27th at 8 AM. Everybody good with that yet? All right,
Jeremy, you'll still be here?
I will not be here to speak.
okay.
I trust my people.
Next regular schedule on this.
Oh, yeah, which one's after that? Because I think we have a fall the week after the 28th, 27th.
So then we have another one on September 10th. Scheduled as of now.
September 10th.
We have a budget meeting on September 10th at 8 AM. Set up before Brian.
So we have EMS at 8 o'clock on September 10th.
We have budget meeting in here at 8 AM on September 10th.
Oh, that's EMS.
Putting the wrong day.
September 10th, that's correct. I'm sorry, I had it at
No.
9:30. I had
Was it
finance at
9:30?
9:30.
What?
I said I had finance at 9:30.
Or maybe I just put in 8 AM by
So September 10th at
9:30.
30?
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
September 10th at 9:30.
yeah. And then the next regular, see, it's third Thursday, right?
So it'd be the 18th.
I will be gone that day.
Hear me. Nice.
Boy, I can.
So September 18th, I will be gone unless you so choose to move it to the following Thursday, the 20th. Mandatory thing I have to go to.
Here either way, it's 18th or the 25th.
The only consideration for shoving it back a week is that that pushes batch 2 more than 30 days.
Which is what?
It
Batch two.
pushes batch 2. Things you sign in the folder, the payments that you pay, anything with, that's what the finance date that sometimes messes with payment being late. The only consideration. I can do it as a batch 1 though for
We
those.
can do some on the 10th if you need to. Doesn't matter.
We like to give them one date because when you put the invoice into the system, we tell them you can do the 10th or you can do the 20th. That's gonna get pushed in. As long as we just pick a date and stick to it.
You can approve them.
I can do it as batch 1, but we're really only supposed to do that if it's an emergency.
Well, all I know is 18th, I won't be here. As of right now, I'm gonna set it for the 25th. Is there anything else going on the 25th? And then another thing, do we want it for a full day? Or do we want it for afternoon normal meeting?
We really won't know. We probably won't know budget.
Why don't you call it? You get through these budgets and figure it out from there.
Probably the right thing to do.
When is the next board meeting? On the 30th of September?
Thought that dates were moved because of WCA.
I think it's the 30th.
WCA is the 23rd,
Right.
Right, I thought the board meeting got moved up a week early or not.
to the 16th.
I emailed you.
I knew that. Well, I know the dates. I'm just getting surprised by how
So that you moved it back one.
Just bring your computer.
it's there. It's in my their calendar too.
So when is the meeting in September?
If there's nothing else scheduled, we'll do it. We'll just start at,
Well, what would you miss on the 18th? Like, why wouldn't we just hold it on the 18th? It's normal.
you can, if you're finishing up budgets, you're on your own.
If we're not done with budgets, I'm on my own. Is that the risk?
Well, we probably will still be doing them yet.
I don't have enough experience to say that I would handle that well. Yes. Okay.
I don't. I would rather have as many people here as possible.
Right now, we're gonna tentatively set it for the 25th, 9 AM. It may change on a time. after we get closer.
25th, 9 AM.
Yep.
Finance. You did 9
We have
AM.
other meetings. We need to change one of these along the way as we go. We could like schedule it in this room, be somewhere.
You said the 25th at 9.
Yeah, is that okay?
Carrie, it is September 30th.
Board meeting is September 30th.
If
Minute,
we get lucky enough to get it far enough along where we don't need a full day on that, I'm betting
and
we're
when's
gonna need a full day on that.
over on the 28th.
Listen, I just checked that out.
All right, next, that's the next scheduled one, other than the one scheduled in between, will be 5th as of right now at 9 AM. For a motion to adjourn. We're adjourned.